Hello there, Master Hellish here, and welcome back to my OpenTTD Let's Play, where we're doing our East Inn upgrade. Now this is part 2. Last time we did East Inn itself and rerouted all of these tracks. It was a long episode with lots going on, with various different trains getting on all different sorts of lines, but we didn't really get stuck. It was just a matter of working through the process, and now all of the new trains, well, not new trains, but all the trains that are existing are using the new lines going in and the new platforms. And you can see around the station there is no hold up. All the trains are flowing quite nicely. Now whether that is still the case when we add the farm hub, it's yet to be seen. So let's do that. We're going to add a brand new farm hub. To do that, we're going to do a grainy bit and a livestocky bit. So we're going to do mineral silo for grain. We're going to have 3 tracks, so we're going to stick it here, and we're going to place a mineral silo, hopefully, to get some sort of grain stuff going. Now let's just double check. There's no grain. Oh, hang on, that's a grain loading station. We'll change it to a grain loading station. There's a livestock station as well. Now I'm going to do the livestock station as a completely separate station. This is a fantastic way of building something that looks like and operates like one station, but you don't need waypoints to make trains go to specific platforms. And the good idea about doing trains to specific platforms, say for example you just had 4 platforms that you use for both the grain trains and the livestock trains. What if you ended up with 4 livestock trains in those 4 platforms as they were going round? The grain trains wouldn't be able to get in and pick up any of the grain. So that is why we do that. Now, the downside with this doing a second platform like that is that the coverage of this platform doesn't, or these sets of platforms, doesn't actually reach the farm. But that's okay. With the industry stations renewal, what we can do is we can go in and say, oh, raw materials, let's add some livestock pens of some description. Cattle sheds, add some cattle sheds. So we'll add cattle sheds here. I don't actually know which one's which. There we go. And we'll add some more cattle sheds on the end of that. And then for the grain silos, we'll add some some not milk tanks. We want some grain storage without the. Oh, it doesn't appear to be any sort of grain storage. I mean, there's farm facilities and grain tanks, but it's got track, and I don't really want that. Milk tanks. Let's no. We could do some. That's fruit. It doesn't look like they've really got any. So what we'll do is we will add some sort of fixture. We will add like a building or something. Facility. We'll add a facility. We'll put a building over here. Add it to that building, just to make it look like we've got a little bit more in there than what we, what we've had previously. So hold control, and there we go, just to bulk it out a little bit. But these cattle sheds are actually part of this station on our left, which allows it to spread. So you look at the coverage now, it now includes the farm. So let's do our input lines, and these ones are going to go straight out to here. Then we have a corner that goes out to the track, and I'm quite pleased that I put this track in where I did previously, because it means it was just easy to connect up those platforms. Now bearing in mind, these platforms aren't the only platforms that are going to be here. We're going to have some drop-off platforms as well, and because the drop-off platforms will have to be for both grain and then another one for livestock, because it's split here, that's going to provide us with some challenges. But never mind, eh? Let's get our double depots in. There we go. Remove the forbidden bit of track and pop some signals in there. And also with yeah, we've got a split here and we've got a split there. So I guess we'll just put the signals in like this. Yep, that looks good. Okay, so we've connected up all of that. it's ready for trains, and of course this piece of track already goes up and into this station. Now at the minute this line is super busy, but I'm not sure it's going to keep being this busy, because now with this farm, remember that we've got this farm, it's hooked up in a way that might be more efficient, so we might need less trains. It might come round to the fact that we go, well, actually there's too many trains coming from this farm. We need to do something else about the size of those platforms, or the number of platforms. How we do that, I have no idea. We may need to do some changes, but we'll see. Now, one of the things that I do want to do is, because we might have changes in the future, we're going to purchase the land around the things that we've been doing here. So we're just going to do this, and that should hopefully stop any industries being constructed in this area, because if we want to move anything around, it's going to be a nightmare, like with this factory. Now it just turns out that this factory wasn't too much of a nightmare, but if we do want anything in the future, then it's nice to get that in. Right, not interested in the finances right now. We're spending money. We're not interested in how much money we're making. So I guess we should really get a train going in. Let's clone an existing train. Let's clone... Now, which depot did I choose? It matters. This is for the grain service. So we need to clone one of these grain trains without holding control, so that I can go and remove the orders without messing up the shared orders. So we're just going to say full load there, unload there. Done. Nice and simple. We're going to clone that train out so that there are 3 to begin with. We can always add more later. And then we need to clone a livestock train. There's one. Sometimes it's so difficult not to hold control. Remove the orders and say full load at the livestock one, and come over and unload there. Fantastic. Okay, the only thing I'm going to do now is rename these. So we get the little rename button up here, and we're going to call them Durham Livestock Hub. Livestock. Durham Hub Livestock, and then we can have Durham Hub Grain. There we go, grain and livestock. We can get rid of this new label here. Okay, that's that done. I am worried about the amount of trains that appear to be on this section of the network, but I do know we did have a blockage last time that we cleared. So there is a lot of trains. Like, there's hardly any trains in the station itself. Like, we've got a 4-track station here, and there's just one in the platforms. Nothing in the leeway. It's all just this blockage that has slowly been trying to come out here. So it might be that we just don't need more trains there. We could actually get rid of some. But those... oh, hang on. How many trains did I clone there? None. Huh. Right. Get a couple more in. Set them on their way. Okay. That's that bit done. Now what we need to do is connect up the nearby farms. So we need a grain in and a livestock in both directions. So let's connect that up now. Stations, grain. Let's do a grain. We're going to use a grain loading station just for aesthetics. It's not actually loading. Okay, and we will put that here. We'll do it as a terminus, and we'll link that to grain, and then we'll do another one facing the other way and link that to grain, and we'll do something similar here, livestock and livestock. So here we've got 2 stations, and they're very, very strangely spread out, but it helps us do what we want to do. What I am going to do is then just connect all of these together like one set of platforms. So we'll do... ooh, I didn't notice there was a hill there. We'll do a straight set like this. I am relatively confident that the drop-offs at these platforms, like the like how busy it is at these platforms, is going to be so not busy that we can do one of these simple little junctions like this. Right, just a tiny little hill in the way there, and we've got a farm up here where we're going to be doing the loading and unloading. So I think what we'll do is we'll have one track for each. So we'll have a livestock there and a grain there. And we'll have a bit of a length here so that we can have one train waiting just to go straight in after another one's come out. Then we'll join them together. But before we join them together, let's make sure we've got a length 6. Well, no, not before we join them together. We'll join them together, and then after we join them together, but before we turn a corner, we'll put a depot in. And then we'll come down to here, turn the corner. That works out quite nicely, actually. Now the exit, we need a signal. Oh, no, that's not a signal, that's a bomb. You don't want to get signals and bombs mixed up. And we'll just do a big diagonal down here. I'm happy with that. There we go. Signals. One before the depot. Not doing a depot after. We've got depots at this station. We've got a depot going in there. That's all we need. There we go. Right, now we're going to clone. Now this is for the livestock. We're going to clone one of these trains and just change the orders. We're going to say full load up here. Definitely a livestock train, isn't it? Have I just selected a grain train? Oh, I've got it. Is this? Okay. Yeah, we've got a grain train. Okay. That's okay. It's just for some reason I thought I had a livestock one. I'm going to full load at the grain platform. Then come down here to this one and transfer and leave empty. Okay. That's going to get that done. And then I think what we'll do is we'll clone that so there's 2 of them. It's a short distance, but we need at least 2 trains to go round and round and round. And then we'll clone one of the livestock trains and give it its orders. Let's just make sure we've got the right train. Yep, we have. Okay, remove all that and tell it to go full load at the livestock platforms and come down here to the livestock platforms and transfer. And again, we'll clone it so there's 2 of them, set them on their way. So that's one farm linked up to our new hub already, and which is looking fantastic, by the way. I love the way that this all looks with the different platforms and stuff. Now we've got some more farms over here, so both of those 2 need linking in. And there's this railway line there, which I don't like. How are we going to deal with that? Well, I don't know. We're going to do this one first so I don't have to think about it. And this is actually just going to be the same situation. So we're going to do 1 grain loading, and we're going to do 1 livestock, and on this occasion the track's going to go in this direction, signal on the end. We're going to allow a good length on the back here so that we can have a train in waiting before connecting the 2 together, add in our double depot, and then connecting it up to this set of tracks. And again, we're going to do the quick an easy way of doing this. It's not efficient for the train flow, but I don't think we need efficient train flow because it's not going to have that many trains going down it. It's going to have a few. They're just going to be... It's essentially serving... This is serving just one farm's worth of trains. That's it. This one's going to be serving 2 farms worth of trains. So if either of them are going to cause us a problem, that'll be the one. But still, not a lot. There we go. That's it. Signal before the split, signal before the depots. Put that down there. Job's a good one. So, I was going to say, what's next? But I think I know what's next. And I don't want to admit it. This farm. Oh, it's got a diagonal. Right, okay. What we're going to do... We're going to put it right up against the farm. And we're not going to do that because that's a mistake. We'll put this like that. Oh no. For these farms, right, okay. Oh no. This is not good. This is not good at all. Why? Why am I doing these sorts of farms? I've got a feeling I accidentally put a signal there. I didn't, okay. This is so in the way. What am I going to do about it? What am I going to do about it? I don't know. Probably just delete it. I'm going to have to do tunnels. It's going to have to be one further back than that. There we go. There we go. Tunnel over. And I guess I'm going to have to do the split here, which is a little bit further back than what I was hoping. But never mind. So let's think. Signals here. And there, because we have a signal before a depot. And we have a signal before a split. Signals after the station. And we'll do one straight after the tunnel. Then these have to link up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove that signal. Just diagonal off from there. Actually works out quite nicely. Okay, I didn't do these trains, did I? No, I didn't do those trains. Okay, clone train, clone a livestock train, doesn't matter. Get rid of all that stuff. Tell it to go to this livestock and full load because I forgot to hold control. And then to come over to this livestock and transfer. And we will get 2 of them. And then in the other depot, we will clone one of the grain trains. And we will do grainy goodness. Remove all that. And we'll say, go here full load. And go up. I can't see, there's too many windows. Go to this grain platform. And transfer. Okay. And we'll then clone it. Get rid of all the things on the screen because there's too many. And do these ones. And then I think that's it. Oops. We're over here. So get rid of all those orders. It is much better. It's the livestock. It is much better to not have waypoints and do the stations in this manner. I much prefer it. Just split your stations and put 2 stations next to each other. I don't see the point in using waypoints like I have in the past. I think using waypoints can just cause trouble. And I think I did that wrong. Okay. This should be full load any cargo. This one should be transfer. Get it the right way around. And then finally, grain train. Whoa! Scroll speed of mouse. Get rid of all the orders there. Full load for the grain. Come round here. Drop off the grain with a transfer order. And then for the train, we'll clone it and send them all on their way. There we go, folks. We have added a large amount of trains. Let's unpause the game and see them coming out. So here we go. We've got separate grain and livestock trains coming in over here. They're all going to just sit there and load up. Absolutely lovely. I don't know how many trains we got in there, but we have. We've got trains coming in here. Now we should get a train on each platform and a train waiting, which appears to be working quite nicely. So we've got a train, 2 livestock there. We've got 1 grain train coming in and another grain train behind it. So as soon as either one of these trains is full, the next train is just sat right behind it, ready to go in. And we've got it here as well. Ideally, should I have done 2 platforms for each? Probably. We've got maintenance turned on, so that might actually be a consideration. More platforms is more money, but also having trains sat around is more money, but you don't really want them sat around, but these are only just been connected up anyway. Right, that is, I think, all 4 farms in the area. If we go to the world map and have a look in the area, we'll turn off the town names and go to the industries. We'll disable all the industries and we'll just turn on the farms. No, wait, that's the factories. The farms, there you can see they're blinking away. All of these farms in this area have all been connected up apart from this one way out here near the coast. It's kind of not near either of the 2 hubs that are in the area, so we might ignore that one. And then this one over here, this is a new farm that wasn't there before. It's close to the factory, but I'm not sure. We'd have to probably shuttle it back. Maybe we should just put a station here and just link it straight onto this line and have a dedicated one for that. I think we should actually do that. We're going to do that. I'm a little bit concerned about the amount of trains on this line. I didn't really think about the throughput being this bad. But it might just be because we've got a big backlog and we had a lot of trouble. So we'll leave that. We won't worry about that for now. So here we're going to do we're going to do a mixed station. So we'll have, because it's just 1 farm, we'll have 4 tracks. So we'll have 2 tracks of grain loading. And we'll have 2 tracks of livestock, but it'll actually be the same station. So we don't need to worry about anything. And this looks like it's almost perfect. So if I do this, pop a tunnel in. Apparently I put depots in the wrong place as well, but no, there we go. Pop the depot in, so a signal before the station, a signal before the depots. And we can just have this come out here. We need 1 bit of track on the end of the platform, so we can put our end of platform signal in. And it doesn't actually matter which platform you arrive at. The grain and livestockness of this station is just aesthetic. Like you can, I'm pretty sure you can load livestock from a grain looking thing. I think. I'm almost certain. Shouldn't matter. And then what we'll do is we'll just take a junction out here. But it's only one farm. It doesn't matter too much on the throughput of that. I'm going to turn this corner and then come up. These trains are going to be coming down this track, so it's going to go downhill and round that sharp corner, and we're just going to be leading into a station anyway. I don't care about the speed of that, it's fine. So for neatness, I'm going to come off here. It didn't necessarily have to be. And then what do you mean can't build signals here? There you go, must have misclicked. There we go. It is a bit too busy round here. The station's coping fine. It's just the track. There's just too many trains on one track. And we've already got trains coming from our hub. We've got transferring going on, look. Oh no! It's all getting a bit blocked up. I'm wondering if having this farm hub and Dereham farm hub on the same set is going to be a problem, because we've already lost a lot of trains. I'm going to clone this livestock train and this grain train. Oh, I can't do that from the same depot here. Can't do that from the same depot. We're going to end up with stuff in the wrong place. Which depot were we in? We're on the livestock depot, so let's get rid of the grain train. That's the only thing with having dedicated platforms like this. You've got to make sure that you do it from the right dedicated depot. I mean, there is a chance for them to fix themselves, so if I did it in the wrong depot, they would go round through the station, because it would be the wrong station, down the track, all the way down, split back here into the right one, and it would be fine. It would be okay. Yeah, everything's fine there. The only thing that isn't fine is this backlog here. We've now got a backlog all the way back to the station, which is not good. And here, look, we're still getting trains flowing through, so there's some sort of slowdown. I think it's these depots that's causing the slowdown, because nearly every single train are using just these depots. So we're going to redesign this section of track, and it's going to be fantastic. Okay, so what we're going to do is just temporarily remove that bit of track there. It's going to be, yeah, we need to really increase this big time. So what I'm going to do is we're going to get rid of these depots, and this kind of split here, we're going to split in and then split out. And then we're going to, what are the length of the trains? Length 6. So we're going to try and fit this in. I don't think it will, but I'll give it a go anyway. Ideally you need length 6 here as well. That's not going to be long enough, is it? I'm making it even worse. No, it's not going to work. Okay, let's stagger them. We'll remove that bit of track. Okay, so that's the depots in. That's where that would need to be. That would need to be 6 length up to there. Then connect that one to here, and that's where the new track would need to go. That's fine, we'll just do a bit here and then we can have a kink. There's nothing wrong with a little kink. We'll let that bit go onto there, and as soon as these trains are out of the way, we'll let these ones go onto the new track. Signals before the depots, and then a signal before this weird crossover. So that's the only thing with this crossover. We're going to have potential problems of a slowdown there, but it's the depots were slowing things down more than anything else. Okay, so let's remove that. We've got a split here, so signals. There we go. So at least the depots aren't going to slow things down now. This crossover might. Now we have got a problem with our new farm hub. Where's it gone? Here it is. Now the problem here, and I think it's actually happened. Look, you got a livestock train trying to using the grain depots, because the grain depots are slightly closer. and then they end up going through and all the way around. And the grain's actually done the opposite because the line was busy. So these depots are causing a problem. We'll get rid of these depots, and we do the merge a little earlier. There we go. And we'll put double depots here before the split. That will fix it. The problem, the main reason we had that problem is there's no depots on this line. Because there's no depots on this line, it causes that sort of problem. How are these depots doing? They could do with being double depots, really. It does need that sort of improvement. If these depots get busy, like the ones down here did, then we'll have to see what we can do. This is actually looking like it's flowing a lot better now. Why are you just... Yeah, you're just going off to the other depot, aren't you? That's okay. Looks alright to me. Now, I'm not sure, but we've got a livestock train there going through the wrong place. So I have no idea why that's happening. Weird. Maybe it was just while I was... What? Why are these trains being silly? That is the grain waypoint, and it's still trying to get to the grain waypoint by going all the way round. I've just noticed the problem. They can't go straight on here if they need to. Oh, silly me. There we go. How many of you noticed that? How many of you noticed it when I did it? I've noticed it, but it took the problem to happen. But these depots being like this do appear to be allowing the trains to get through here quicker. So hopefully this line will start to clear up a little bit. If it doesn't, there's something we're going to need to do about it. I just realised that we haven't actually put any new trains at this station here. So I'm going to clone this one. Delete that, full load here, and it's just an unload there, and then a grain one. That's a grain one. We need to clone the livestock. We need to clone a livestock. Remove that. We can actually clone the orders and share the orders from the grain trains because they're just doing exactly the same. Send them on the way as well. So we've got some traffic issues around here, but we've just added 4 more trains to it. The good news is that the station itself is coping brilliantly with it. Look at the amount of trains that are stacked up waiting to go into that station. 0. The station's doing its job, and it's doing its job well. The thing that isn't doing its job was these depots, but now the depots are doing a good job and we've got trains stacking up. I think we've just got too many trains. I think I've thrown too many trains at this hub. If we look at the ratings, then again, look, we've got a lot. Maybe we just need more platforms. Maybe just 2 platforms for each is not enough. Maybe we need to move to 3 platforms. Okay, we'll consider that next time. But for now, the new Durham grain and livestock platforms are beautifully connected up, and going into the East Inn where we've already done the rebuild. Next time, we will keep an eye on the situation over at DIS. If it continues to be a problem, maybe we'll add more platforms or something. But we've got our steel hubby thing. We've got like iron ore over here and on our steel hub to bring into the bottom of East Inn. Let's see, have we actually managed to do good on the Whole Beach Factory Challenge? Okay, 7,700. I think that's more than what it was before. Was it 6 something? Let's keep it going. And speaking of keeping going, I've got to get going. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Remember, thoughts, ideas and questions down in the comments section, and I will see you soon. Take care and goodbye.